Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to She Joy. It is that fine medium, Dr. Rose, coming to you live with another message of what you need to know today. That being said, you guys, let's get into the message. So, Father God, what do my viewers need to know when they see this message? Okay. You guys are working on financial independence, looking back on like what you're building, and even looking for better financial jobs. Yeah, like you've been really patient here recently and actually allowing yourself to heal between like what you feel versus what is actually going on, but really just allowing yourself to heal through that process. That's wild, you guys. Yeah, because you could have had some like health concerns for a while there, or maybe even experiencing some now that, you know, like you want to better these certain things to get a real one up on the situation. Hey, Christopher. But you know, it's like you want to drop these burdens, you want to move, you know, you're manifesting, you're waiting on these things to come in, and in the process, it's like, you know, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna do what's good for me. Meanwhile, you have some type of business opportunity coming in, as well as a new relationship, new connections forming for you. Okay, and these are stable situations. Stable situations. I love it. Okay, but it does look like here recently you could have been like cutting off certain relationships, or you could have even been feeling a little stuck or trapped, or like somebody was trying to sabotage you. If that was not yourself trying to do that at the time, yeah, you had to set some boundaries. You've been like, hey, I don't mind you calling me if you need me, right? But it's like, I would like that extended back. And hey, I don't mind if you want to come over, call me first. Or, you know, whatever those boundaries are that keep you from, you know, snapping on somebody, or keeping you from, you know, reaching that vibration that you really just don't want to be on. So you had to think like, okay, what is the way that I can live my truest, fullest self while helping people the most that I can, right? So I feel like that's where you're at right now. Like you really are trying to help yourself to be your best version while helping others too. Because you're like, I've always been somebody who helps other people, and you're not gonna stop that now, you know. But now you're in the energy. It's like, I want to enjoy life, right? Because for some, life's too short. For some of us, life's so long, right? So it's like, you know, dang, I don't want to spend all my time focusing on the drama, the BS, the gossip, the this and the that. What up, Shakama? You know, I want to spend all my time focusing on that. Like, we can either chill and build and heal. And I mean, it's not to say that we won't talk a little mess. If you want to vent, we can vent. But we're going to draw the line where it hits gossip. We're not going to do that. We're going to draw the line where it hits toxicity. And yeah, I'll be your huckleberry. Like I said, if you need me, I'll answer. I'll be there for you. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to let you do me like you did me in the past. That don't mean that I'm going to be the same way. That don't mean that I got to be nice about it. That don't mean that I'm going to be exactly how you want, when you want, where you want. That means I'm going to help how I can, when I can, where I can, while keeping my boundaries in place. Okay? Hold on, let me see. All of those sounds like what I've been dealing with from the health, all of those between to setting the boundaries. Okay, Chris? It's crazy, right? I know. She told me, said, right? Yes. You know, and in the process, okay, so we're manifesting. We're like, okay. So now it's not just time to look at the right now, right? We got to focus on our future. We got to focus on, like, you know, our beneficiaries or our dependents or our loved ones, you know, making sure that they're good in their health, right? Because we're realizing, okay, some of us want somebody who's going to take care of us. Some of us want to be the person who's taking care of people. Some of us are just in between, just don't know, you know, what that move is, but we still want to be preparing for that. Okay, and though everything is coming together in divine timing and everything is, you know, showing to be progressing, it's kind of been a struggle to stay balanced, right? It's like you always find your balance, but it's like sometimes it's like the times when life is hitting its hardest is whenever you thrive, right? So then whenever there's no real drama, no real issues going on, it's like, dang, how do I respond to this? You know what I mean? Some of you think it's like too good to be true. Others are like trying to self-sabotage because they think that it's not going to go well. Others are like, you know what? I'm going to keep building. I'm going to push it to the limits. I'm going to do the most that I can do. And others are just like, you know what? I'm going to go with the flow. Right? So there's so much going on right now. But don't get me wrong. It's good stuff. It's funny that you could feel like you're at a plateau or at like a climax. Or, you know, you could feel like you're at that point of like being stuck. Right? But then you feel like there's so much going on. You could be at home by yourself, not doing nothing really, being lazy, all kind of stuff like that. But there's so much going on. You feel like there's an overwhelming amount of stuff going on. But there's nothing really going on in the physical. That's because you're manifesting all this stuff to happen. You're calculating what's been happening and trying to process that, while in the same time prepping for the future and trying to take on tasks from other people, thinking how to help them, what's the this and that, you know. So essentially your vibration is on those levels. You're like, okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. You know, it's like you don't know how to really wind down. You don't really know how to chill. And you're like, please, I can sleep for a whole day if I wanted to, right? But that's not what I'm talking about, okay? What I'm talking about is that inner peace, right? Not going to sleep so you don't got to deal with it, or going to sleep because it feels okay, or none of that. Not talking about lounging around the house. That's not peace. That's rest, okay? That's rest. Okay? That's not peace. That's rest. Okay? Where that peace comes in is whenever, like I said, it could be turmoil going on, right? Everybody's tripping. There's the most going on with everybody. Meanwhile, you're just sitting there like, you know what? But thank you, God, that I'm alive today. Thank you, God, that I'm breathing better than I was breathing yesterday. Thank you, God, that I got an opportunity to, you know, grow my foundations. Thank you, God, that I got the opportunity to network with people. You know what I mean? You're just sitting there just being thankful, right? And like, you know what, God, I got faith. You know, and it's like you talk to God like you talk to your friends sometimes, you know? And you're like, I don't want to just talk to you when I need a favor, you know, but I also don't just want to gossip, and I also just don't want to, you know, sound like I'm sucking butt all the time, like, you know what I mean? So for those of you who are at home by yourself or in that lazy time frame, what you call lazy, it's really not lazy because you're still doing so much, thinking about so much, doing a lot more than most people are doing in retrospect. So while you're there laying and doing all this and that, the peace comes from knowing that you're doing the best you can. That's where your peace should come from. Okay? Like, yeah? Okay. You know, my mind is working at 30 miles an hour. My sleep is a little janky. My weight is fluctuating. You know, my emotions are better than they've been, but they're still fluctuating, you know, and all this and all that. But you know what? I'm doing the best I can. When you can honestly say that you are doing the best that you can do, even if you know, like, yeah, I can push myself, but I don't want to, you know, jack nothing up. Okay, well then that's the best you could do. You're like, yeah, I could do this or this, but I'd pass out, or I could do this or this, or it might cause this. Like, no, I mean, that's how you know you're doing the best you can do. As if you did any more, you'd be on a negative brink. Okay, so when you're doing the best that you can do, you're just like, you know what? That's all I can do right now. It's just all I can do. I'm doing everything I can do. That's it. I'm doing all I can do. That should bring you peace. That should bring you peace. And yeah, sometimes you do all you can do and the results just ain't there that you want them to be there. But you know what? They're on the way. But you know what? You've been in worse places and you got through that. You had worse people. You had a worse support system. You had worse health. You had worse things going on. And you know what? You made it through that. And you know what? You'll make it through this. Okay? Because you're strong. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. You are blessed and highly favored. And you are on my side and I am on your side. And God is on